Hello and welcome to Master Mathematics. My name is Mr. A, and in this video you are going to learn how to subtract integers. So integers, subtracting them, adding them, multiplying them, dividing them, this is a core mathematical skill. Any math you want to do, pre-algebra and above, you need to know how to work with integers. So one of the great things about YouTube videos and Master Mathematics videos are that you can pause them, you can rewind them, you can rewatch them, you can like them, you can subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's get right into how to subtract integers. So there's basically just a few steps here. The first step is one that you learned when you first learned how to subtract, and that is to line up the numbers vertically. So you're going to rewrite the problem vertically, making sure the place values align in the correct columns. Okay, you already know how to do that, so that's your first step here as well. Then your second step is you're going to look at the signs of the numbers you are subtracting. And then there's different steps to take based on those signs. So if the signs of the two numbers are the same, you're going to bring the sign down into the solution and find the sum of the two digits. That's right. If you have a -5 minus 5, that's actually two negative numbers, right? -5 minus 5. So you know that your answer is going to be negative. You would bring the negative down right away. And then you would just add 5 plus 5 is 10. And your answer there is -10. Okay, and don't worry, I'm going to show you step by step, but I just want to explain this first. Now, if the signs of the two numbers are different, you're going to find the difference of their absolute values, and the answer has the sign of the integer with the greater absolute value. This is actually how you learn to subtract. You just didn't realize that you were doing this. Okay, so think about if you had, let's say, 8 minus 4. 8's positive, and the 4 is actually negative. You weren't taught that when you were younger because it's an abstract, difficult concept. But yeah, in that case, the 4 is negative. So if you're thinking absolute value, well, the absolute value of 8 is 8. The absolute value of -4 is 4. Well, 8 has the larger absolute value, so the answer is going to be positive. And then you just find the difference between the two. 8 minus 4 is 4. Boom, done. Now, the last piece here is if you are subtracting by a negative, that is a double negative, you have to change it to a positive number and add. So, for example, if you had, let's say, 5 minus a -5, that minus a negative, think about it in your head, and you're going to see it written out in an example. Those two negative signs, that's a double negative. That turns it into a positive. So you would just do, in that case, 5 plus 5, and you would get the answer of 10. But don't worry, I've got examples I'm going to show you, so let's hop into those. All right, our first example here is 4 minus 8. So again, first step, we got to rewrite the problem. Okay, we're rewriting it vertically, and we are going to line up our numbers, and so this way the place values line up. Both these numbers are single digit, so we just one on top of the other. 4 minus 8. Now we notice here the signs are different. We have a positive 4 and a negative 8. Again, that minus sign, and it even looks like a negative sign, right? We can't separate that from the number. Okay, we can't separate that. So that 8 is negative. So now we have to do, okay, well, which one has the larger absolute value, 4 or 8? The absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of 8 is, or negative 8 is 8. So negative 8 has a larger absolute value. I'm going to bring that down. Okay. Now the next step is kind of up to you. You can rewrite the problem if you'd want to do 8 minus 4, or just in your head mentally, you can do 8 minus 4 at this point. And 8 minus 4 is 4. So therefore, we have 4 minus 8 is equal to -4. All right. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2, same thing. We're going to rewrite them vertically. 4 minus a -8. And you see here, now here we've got that double negative that I was talking about. So I just like to rewrite it right on the spot. This is going to become positive. Not going to mess around. I just write it right over, so this way I don't get confused. 4 plus 8 is 12, and that's it. All right, I don't like to cross things out. I don't like to rewrite it. I just write it right over the top. This way I don't get confused and I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, last one here, last example. -4 minus 8. So I'm going to rewrite them vertically. I'm going to write it over here since I wrote that first equation a little bigger. -4 minus 8. All right, my second step, right? Look at the signs. The signs are the same. So I'm going to bring down that negative sign. And now, if the signs are the same, remember we find the sum, so we add. So when I do that, again, I don't want to make any mistakes about what operation I'm doing. I'm going to erase this negative sign. I'm going to make this a positive, make this an addition sign, and then I'm going to solve. 4 plus 8 is 12. I already have my negative sign down there. I don't need to worry about rewriting it. -4 minus 8 is -12. And that's it. That's how to subtract integers. I hope you found this video instructive. I hope you learned the concept. If you didn't, it's a-okay. Pause it, rewind it to the part that you need to go over, or rewatch the video. This is Master Mathematics. My name is Mr. A. Adios.